What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot Laddering. So we're rounding this week off with Sever's team that he sent in from Pokepod 2. So make sure you get this rental code while it's still available. This team's been great. I've been very, very impressed with basically all of it. Gastrodon did a ton of work in yesterday's video. Amoonguss did anything and everything we needed it to. Double Intimidate's been very good. Eliki being able to not only reduce damage, but also dish out a ton thanks to the Transistor Magnet has been great. And this Lugia set is like nothing I've seen before it, and it has been very good for us. So let's just jump in today and see how high in Master Ball we can actually go. We did end yesterday's video off with a loss to Wakanberry Charizard. So we are going to drop a little bit here, but no, it's whatever. It's whatever. We hit Master Ball, and honestly, that's the thing that mattered to me. If we can maintain a decent ranking, cool. If not, okay, whatever. So let's see what we got going on here to start the day. Cali Shadow, Whimsicott, Thundurus, Landorus, Urshifu, and Eliki of their own. I really like Amoonguss. I feel like I've said that a lot the last couple days, and I'm okay with that because Amoonguss is great. I like Amoonguss Eliki up front here. I want Incin because it puts on a ton of pressure against the Shadow Rider, but like having Defiant Thundurus when we have Double Intimidate is pretty scary, to be honest with you. This could just be like Gastrodon Lugia to round it up because Gastrodon is double immune. It has two immunities here from the Thundurus and the Eliki. So I could see that being okay. I think I like Lugia, and I'm really leaning in on Incin here. I think that's probably correct. Could also bring Lando for the same reason I like Gastrodon being double immune, but that also gives us a second Intimidator against potentially Thundurus. Yeah, I think this is fine. With them having Whimsicott, I'm 99.9% sure this is going to be Defiant Thundurus. I know we've seen a rise of Prankster here in the last month or so, having Eerie Impulse, Thunderwave, stuff like that, but honestly, I think tried and true Defiant is really powerful. Hey, look at that. There's a Thundurus. I have a feeling that this is going to be an Airstream. No, this is probably going to be Lightning, and I'm kind of okay with that. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb down this Whimsicott. I don't want to go for Spore because I have a feeling they are going to max and go for the Lightning here. Could also see Tailwind. I'm presuming this is going to be Tailwind plus Lightning the Amoonguss. Because because they're next to Whimsicott, I don't see a reason for them to go for Airstream here. I don't see any reason they would want to go for Knuckle. You know, that's really annoying. That's really annoying because they stole my Focus Sash. Like, the fact that they weren't Sash and now they are is really irritating. Well, I guess we're going into Lugia here, guys. I don't love it, but this is the play we have to make, I guess. I wonder how much this does to Thunderous. I think it's correct to Dynamax the actually could just go for Thunderbolt plus Hailstorm, because I have a feeling they're going to trigger our policy. You know what? I'm down. I'm down to clown. We haven't got to see Dynamax Lugia yet, I think. I don't think we have. I don't know. We're going to do the thing, guys. We're going to do the thing, and it's going to be great. Hey, look at me. Here's my giant pink chicken. Yep, there's the Tailwind. That's kind of whatever. We have Reflect. We have... Oh, they didn't trigger my policy. Guys, I don't like this anymore. This is fine. We're fine. Well, that did decent damage. That did not. It didn't do great. But, you know, that's fine. What's really unfortunate about this is we're breaking our multi-scale on Lugia. I think they're going to knuckle the Eliki again, so I'm just going to go into Amoonguss here. And I'm going to Airstream. I could see them either knuckling or protecting, so I'm just going to Airstream down this Whimsicott now. There's no reason for them to Airstream the Eliki slot. And there's the Helping Hand. There's a Lightning into my Lugia. We take it because we are a champ. So now we get to delete the Whimsicott. They trigger our policy, which is great. And this almost confirms that they are Assault Vest, so that's cool. That's really good to know. Okay. Alright. Feeling alright, we're where we are. Because now we can follow. We can Rage Powder plus pick up the KO on the Thunderous. They're gonna bring out Urshifu, so that's gonna be Sucker Punch. Could also be Wicked Blow. Two turns of Tailwind left. So let's Rage Powder. Let's... I think it's correct to Airstream down the Urshifu this turn. There's the Rage Powder. Yeah, they're gonna fly. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Should be Wicked Blow. Yep, that's gonna crit through the screen. Should pick up the KO on Amoonguss. Yep. All according to plan. And even if this was Sash on the Urshifu, then it would go down to Hail. But this is great. We're doing all right here. We're going to bring out Eliki this turn. They're going to have Shadow Rider in the back, aren't they? Yep, that's fine. This is all according to plan, guys. I believe this is their last turn of Tailwind. It It is. Okay. So we can Electroweb and click recover and hope this is enough. Oh, they actually went for fly into Lugia. Interesting. Yeah, and I'm dumb. The speed boosts weren't on Eliki, so it's gonna go down here. Yep, that's really unfortunate. I forgot that Eliki was not boosted up from the speed boost as well, just Lugia. Break a potential sash because they're not life orb. That tells me they could be focus sash on the Calyrex. But now we're in a really awkward position where they're going to superpower my Ensign. But typically Calyrex doesn't have a good way of dealing with Ensign. So I'm going to fake out this and hope that Fake Out plus Hail is enough to take out the Thunderous this turn. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're fine. And we take an Astral Barrage. Do we take 2? Yes, we do. Sick. No! No! Oh, guys. Dang it. I thought we were going to be big brain. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I thought that was our game to win. Hail needed to last one more turn, and we are just not able to get it. Them flying into Lugia was really smart. I honestly expected them to fly into the Amoonguss slot. But, you know, that's fine. It was still a good game. I definitely enjoyed that game. But Hail just ended one turn too soon. I think actually going for Hail there might have been incorrect. I also expected them to trigger our policy on our first turn of Dynamax, but whatever. It's all fine. It is all fine. So we got Solgaleo, Spectrier things going on here. We got P2, Moltres, Feeny, and Grimmsnarl backing it all up. Grimmsnarl is not a mon we've seen a lot with this team so far. What do we like? So they have Clear Body, so Intimidate's not going to work here against Solgaleo. Just got to kind of walk myself through this. Got to remind myself every time. So, what do we like? I really like Lugia. If we can just, like, do Lugia things, I think we're in a really good position. I like Eliki because we can, like, reflect up in front of the Solgaleo. I like Amoonguss, and I think I just like Gastrodon in our last slot. Just try to wall everything. Could be correct to bring Landorus instead, just so we have a second flying type in case they go for like Quake into the Eliki. But again, like Intimidate's not doing anything against this team, so I think it's just correct to bring Gastrodon to try to put them to sleep. But they're gonna have Feeny, so like I think it's very obvious they're gonna bring Feeny against the Amoonguss team, which is great because we have Sludge Bomb on ours, so we can actually dish out a ton of damage against the opposing Feeny. Just got to be mindful that we can't yawn as well. Yeah, it is going to be Spectrier Solgaleo up front. Not surprised by this. We're just going to bring in Lugia and Eliki. We're just going to set up a Calm Mind, set up a Reflect, start bulking up here with Lugia, I think. Opponent, what are you doing? I'm assuming this is going to be Bulldoze plus Quake into Eliki. I could see it. I could see it. I don't think there's any reason for them to like have Trick Room on this team. I definitely think if they have Trick Room on this team, it's only on P2, so don't need to worry about them going for that here. Yep, there's the Dynamax. I'm completely fine with this. Do your thing. I don't really care. Don't really care about what you've got going on. Alright. There's our Reflect. Now the Bulldoze is going to do reduced damage as well. Still does a decent chunk to Eliki, which is unfortunate. Probably going to lose Eliki this turn, and that would be sad. Okay, Lugia is faster than Solgaleo. That's good to know. There's the Quake. Yep, all according to plan. Eliki, you did your one job, buddy, and I'm okay with that. It's really unfortunate that Lugia doesn't particularly line up well against what our opponent has going on here. So now... This is a big Gastrodon game. Could bring in a Mungus and... Actually, yeah, I like bringing in a Mungus here. And just like stalling out their Dynamax if possible. I could see Spectrier swapping into Feeny this turn. I like just going for another Calm Mind here. I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb the Spectrier slot, anticipating them to swap. Because we're stashed, there's no way they can take us out, so that's fine. No possible way that they have like Max Lightning on Solgaleo, so we don't have to worry about that. Multi-scale is still intact on Lugia, so even if they do have like a super effective hit into Lugia, we can take it. It could be like Shadow Ball the Lugia to like prevent it from like escalating here. But I think if they do that, then it just opens up to putting Solgaleo to sleep. So this is just going to be Tapu Fini coming in. Yep, read him like a book. Could have probably Aeroblasted that slot as well, just to do extra damage to it and like guarantee the KO. But I'm fine with where we are right now. This is just great because we're getting extra Calm Minds in the face of Tapu Fini and the man, they're gonna Max Quake my Amoonguss. Interesting. I mean, that still does a ton. It was way more than I anticipated. Kind of wish I had brought Landorus now. Poison? Oh wait, we can't poison. They're leftovers Fini. That's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. But honestly, not the end of the world. Man, who do we Dynamax this game? Like, we really don't have many good options here. I'm just going to Aeroblast down the Fini. I'm going to protect the Amoonguss this turn. I think they're going to just Quake into that slot again. They're going to withdraw Fini. Is the Spectre coming back in? No, this is going to be P2 coming in. Okay. I'm kind of fine with that. We're going to trace our multi-scale. That's not going to actually matter. And they also removed the special defense boost on their Fini, so that's cool. If we crit here, that'd be great. That's not a crit. This tells me they have Eerie Impulse on... They have Eerie Impulse on their P2. I don't actually know how we win this game. Like, looking at this, I don't think we brought a counter to Solgaleo. And that's just going to mean this thing is just going to escalate as quick as possible. I think it was incorrect to. I think I misevaluated Landorus's role in this matchup. I think it was incorrect for me to say I don't want to bring this because Clear Body doesn't do anything, and instead I needed to look at it as this is still my Solgaleo answer because we can Quake it and ignore their Quakes that they are going to clearly go for in the face of Lugia. So I think just misevaluating the roles of Landorus and Incineroar to an extent as well here just really means that we don't have an answer to this Solgaleo, and like we just can't dish out enough damage to it to be able to pick up KOs on it. So I don't really think there's a way we can actually win that game, especially seeing the 4 they brought. I don't really think that the 4 we brought were optimal. And that's just me misevaluating the roles of like honestly, Landorus would have been great there. Had we brought Landorus instead of the Gastrodon, I think we were in that game because like we can just switch in at any point and like take a Quake because we just ignore it. So that's fine. We got a hard sand here to round out today. But they don't have Tyranitar. They have the big hippo itself with Excadrill, Duskmane, Zapdos, Snorlax, and Grimmsnarl running it out. Guarantee this is safety goggles on the Zapdos, so like Amoonguss really doesn't look too appealing here. Regieleki looks pretty bad when we're facing down double ground types. I think that the Intimidate duo is going to be immense here. I like Gastrodon quite a bit as well. So the question is do we like Lugia or Amoonguss more? And I'm kind of leaning towards Amoonguss, to be honest with you. I'm not sure that Lugia is... Actually, Lugia we have Hailstorm, so we can remove the weather if need be. Yeah, I'm going to bring the Intimidate duo up front, I think. With Gastrodon, Amoonguss in the back. Yeah, I like this, I think. Because if they leave, like, Excadrill Hippowdon here, then I think we're set up really well from turn 1. And if they have, like... It could also be, like, Grimmsnarl Zapdos up front. I think that'd be the lead that would punish us the most. Grimmsnarl Snorlax is pretty okay, though. Gonna get these Intimidates off. Question is what is Grimmsnarl doing on our opponent's team? I have a feeling this is Screens. So I'm just gonna go for a Swords Dance. I'm actually going to Parting Shot off of the Snorlax. Yep, there's a Reflect. That's fine. Like, this is a pretty passive lead from our opponent, all things considered. Now Snorlax is at -3. And I'm going to go into Amoonguss here. If this is Belly Drum, I don't feel good about our life. Guys, why do I talk? Why do I actually talk? Because Belly Drum ignores Intimidate. It gives you a +12. I think our best plan of action is to remove Snorlax. And by remove it, I mean put it to sleep. I have a feeling they're going to Dynamax this turn, and I'm completely okay with that because we're Sash. We can live a hit. We're going to get to fly, so if they do go into the Lender slot, we just completely ignore the attack this turn. But I think neutering this Snorlax as quickly as possible by putting it to sleep is probably our best plan of action. What is min speed on Snorlax? They're going to taunt my Landorus. Okay. Oh, okay. Good night. I feel like we got away with this, and we probably shouldn't have. I feel like we should not be where we are right now. And now they're going to taunt the Amoonguss. Unfortunately, that's like a turn too late. Like, now that I know you have it, I'm just going to remove you. Okay. We're going to snarl down. Snorlax sleeping. 2 turns of their Dynamax are done. Here comes the Zapdos. This is fine. So maybe they didn't bring sand here. Kind of want to fly again. Kind of want to just rock slide. And go into Ensign, I guess. This will drop the Snorlax's attack 1. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, is not a lot. But this also preserves Amoonguss for an endgame if we need it. There's the Heat Wave. No burn on the Landorus. Cool. Alright. Snorlax has been officially basically dealt with, in my opinion. Like, it got 0 G-Max attacks off, and that's really good. So I'm just going to click Rock Slide again. And I'm going to fake out. A good parting shot off of the Snorlax. Yeah, I think I like that play. Like, we need to eventually deal with this Snorlax before it becomes a problem. Ensign's going to take that like a champ, because he is. Rockslide's going to take out the Zapdos. And put Snorlax close to 50%. So that's cool. Parting shot off of it. So now they're +4. We'll go back into Amoonguss, I guess. I have a feeling they're going to target down the Landorus this turn. Ah, they stay asleep. That's really good for us. We have seen that Snorlax is faster than Amoonguss. They're going to bring out Necrozma. This is perfect. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go for the Max Quake into Necrozma. And I'm going to Spore the Snorlax again. Because we're Sash, we can live a hit from Snorlax. Hopefully a +2 Max Quake into the Necrozma is enough to take it out. I'm really hoping. Okay. Snorlax wakes up. We should be able to take whatever hit they have If it's into Landorus, I don't think I really care. I think Dynamaxing here to remove the Necrozma is worth it, even if that means we lose. Yeah, opponent concurs that this game is over. Landorus actually holds on, so that's cool, and then they go back to sleep. So I understand why our opponent decided, hey, this game's not for me today, and just is not having it. So that was a great game to end this one on. This team was really, really great. Yeah, Focus Sash, Excadrill. Not surprised by that. Rocky Helmet, Hippowdon. Stealth Rock, opponent. Actually, I actually really like this Hippowdon set. Max defense, a good chunk of special defense, good chunk of HP. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Hippo set. Weakness policy on the Necrozma. Weakness policy and Dragon Dance. Who hurt you, opponent? They were actually AV Zapdos. Interesting. Today I learned that Zapdos gets Volt Switch. I did not actually know that. Fire Punch, Recycle. Yeah, not surprised by anything going on here. It was Light Clay. Power Whip. Opponent! You and I need to have a talk here, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing here, bud? So let's throw this rental code up one more time on the way out. That's not what I want. I want rental teams. There we go. Maybe. Yeah, this team has been a ton of fun. Highly, highly recommend you pick it up. The Focus Sash Among Us single-handedly carried so many games for us. Just Among Us really does feel like an absolute powerhouse in this current format. And guaranteeing that you get to have an attack go off because of Sash is just so good. Landorus really did a ton of work in that last game for us today, getting a single Swords Dance off and then just basically sweeping our opponent's team. Incineroar, really good. Who knew that the most played Mon in the format is really good? The Eliki was really handy multiple times, being able to set screens, and because we are Magnet Transistor, we do just do a ton of damage here with Eliki, even if it's not meant to be a true damage dealer. It still just handles everything so well on its own. Gastrodon honestly did not get its true time to shine. The one game where we got to Dynamax it yesterday, which if you haven't checked out, I highly recommend. That battle was probably the best one we've had with this team, and we just got to completely body our opponent with it. It would have been really good in that last battle had we actually brought it in, but we just didn't need it. Like, Among Us just did everything that Gastrodon would have been able to do sooner. And Lugia, this Lugia set is super bizarre. It honestly feels like this is not a Lugia that you want to be able to Dynamax. And it took me several games to realize that. Eventually realizing that your damage output with Lugia is not as good unless you have a couple Calm Minds or your weakness policy triggered. And really, you want this to be your late game Mon where you just set up in front of your opponent, recover all the damage back, and have like some sort of your speed control of Icy Wind or Electro Web on Eliki to where you're the fastest thing, so you're always taking hits while you're at full HP with multi-scale. So this team was really fun. Highly, highly, highly recommend you pick it up while you still can. And that's going to be it for this week, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. We'll be back. I believe I'm playing my PC4 team next week. So for those of you who have been on Discord, you know what I'm doing. But everyone else, I'm not going to spoil it. So have a good one, everyone. Peace.